So interesting how individuals are so similar to free and practically presumptuous with their recommendation. And I'm very much like, how could I pay attention to you? Don't for even a moment ask me for any exhortation I'm the best individual. I realize reports are circumventing the Jay-Z undermined Kanye West in no time before their fellowship finished, and insiders are currently saying Jay needed to control Kanye all along in the event that you act in a specific way that ain't it's not acquainted with where they are correct certain individuals haven't developed beyond 16. They actually trapped in that place you developing consistently. So that might be a danger to them, yet what truly happened was Jay ever a genuine companion to Yippee? Or was he simply utilizing him to control him? Oak, to give you a few setting, Kanye and Jay-Z initially met in 2000, when Yuku created a track for Beanie Siegel, who doled out to Jay's Rockefeller Records, both Jay-Z's and Rockefeller prime supporter Woman Run. Were floored by Kanye's creation abilities, and Kanye began delivering for other Stone specialists, remembering Jay himself for reality. Kanye is frequently credited for reviving Jay-Z's vocation with a creation on Jay's 2001 collection. The diagram in the meantime, Kanye was likewise attempting to secure himself as a rapper anyway. He attempted to get a record arrangement, and all significant names turned him down since he didn't depict the gangsta picture that was well known in standard hip jump at the time. Jay-Z was additionally purportedly hesitant to sign Kanye as a rapper anyway. Lady Run at long last talked him into it since he was terrified Rockefeller would lose Kanye as a maker after Rockefeller marked Kanye in 2002. Jay and you began working intently together and immediately fostered a kinship, or if nothing else Kanye suspected, as much in the wake of teaming up on various notorious tracks. Yippee and Jay delivered Watch the Privileged position in 2011. Yet again, one of the most notable joint hit bounce collections ever anyway, when Kanye and Jay wrapped up their Watch the High Position visit in the mid-year of 2012. Something had changed, and their relationship gradually began to unwind. Kanye's mother Donda passed on in 2007, and Kanye purportedly felt like he was in isolation on the planet and had no genuine companions to rest on. There were likewise reports in those days that Kanye and Jay had a ton of warmed contentions over the inventive course for Watch the Lofty Position. Jay needed to utilize a portion of the tunes he and Kanye made for his independent collection, Magna Carta Sacred Goal, while Kanye demanded the melody ought to go on their joint collection. In the meantime, Kanye began dating Kim Kardashian, and this split apart Jay and Yippee. Kanye clearly made a solid attempt to get Kim into Jay's inward circle anyway. Jay and Beyonce didn't need their names related with the Kardashians. And these tales were affirmed when in 2014 both Jay and Beyonce broadly skipped Kim and Kanye's wedding in Italy. The wedding occurred only weeks after the scandalous Met function occurrence in which Beyonce's sister Solange went after Jay-Z on a lift. And this was presented as a motivation behind why Jay and Beyonce would have rather not been found out in the open. Anyway, Kanye later said he was wounded by their choice to skirt the wedding, making sense of that regardless of whether Jay-Z and Beyonce were managing some confidential issue. He anticipated that they should show up in light of the fact that he thought they were essential for the family. I was harmed. I assumed I was harmed about them not coming to the wedding. I comprehend it was going through certain things, yet in the event that it's family, you know you won't miss away, you know. And I'm not utilizing this meeting to put any bad things. However, I got to remain, no doubt, I must express my reality like an afterward, that one thing occurs and something else happens. You simply fire concocting all kind of insane thoughts in your mind. And stuff like why, and this is the point at which Kanye's fans began saying that Jay-Z was never a genuine companion to Kanye, and that he never exhibited devotion to anybody yet himself, and was involving him for his own benefit. Additionally, after Kim was looted in Paris in 2016, Kanye told Jay-Z neglected to offer him any help a month after the burglary. Kanye pummeled Jay-Z and Beyonce in front of an audience during his show and guaranteed that Beyonce coerced the VMAs and let them know that she won't appear except if she wins Video of the Year for her tune development over Kanye's video for Renowned and Drake's Hotline Bling. Currently, bits of hearsay about Beyonce and Jay-Z purchasing grants and honors have been twirling around for quite a long time, and when you consider it, Beyonce never goes to any music grant, except if she's either performing or tolerating an honor, and she has of late caused a stir at the 2023 Grammys, when she rose up to acknowledge the honor before her name was even read, and afterward won more class from the Grammys, became a web sensation, showing maker Diplo apparently mouthing they purchased that as Beyonce rose up to acknowledge her honor, its Renaissance life partner, likewise only days after the Grammys Bulletin distributed their rundown of 50 biggest rappers ever, and they played Jay-Z on top of unbelievable rappers like Big Deal and Tupac. The rundown set off a lot of reaction from hip jump fans online, who expressed that while Jay is, without a doubt, gifted and powerful, considering him the flat-out best, is a span in this by and by started hypothesis that Jay-Z has been plotting. What's more, riding his direction to the top, yet heading back to Jay's quarrel with Kanye during his dramatic discourse. Kanye didn't simply blame Jay and his better half for purchasing grants. He additionally inferred that Jay-Z could kill him, assuming he continues to talk Jay-Z, call me brother, you actually hate quiet me music. Applause. Music. Jay-Z was allegedly irate at Kanye, uncovering him and Beyonce, and happened to this gay on his 2017 collection 444. On the track, Jay blames Kanye for double-crossing him, and raps you ain't a similar you did come bay, yet you got her since you cooled by Yippee. You gave him 20 million without thinking. He allowed you 20 minutes in front of an audience. Jay was alluding to the reports he gave Kanye 20 million to keep him on his streaming stage title. See, the news that Jay fronted Kanye 20 million came soon after Kanye declared that he was more than 50 million in private obligation. So Jay is fundamentally suggesting that as opposed to being grateful for the cash, Kanye betrayed him anyway. Kanye later explained during a meeting with Charlemagne the God that Jay-Z didn't give him 20 million without anyone else's input, and that cash was quite of a visiting bargain from Live Country. You feel like Jay was throwing you cash rather than giving you the data, since you know the scandalous Kanye 20 mil. Without thinking, he allowed me 20 minutes in front of an audience. You realize, what was he thinking? Gracious. I think it was 20 mil, without squinting anything, that it was he gave you 20 million bucks. That idea that you gave me, that he gave me the cash, that baffled me in light of the fact that really the cash was he got from Live Country. He rock countries, oversaw me at the time. That is something typical, that somebody would give somebody a visiting bargain. It was a visiting bargain. Yet that is not all. Kanye likewise suggested that Jay-Z is the sort of individual who might benefit you just to hold it over your head. And he additionally said that he felt that Jay was attempting to control him. I'm an extremely faithful, profound like